Hello, this is Coach Morrison. Tonight I'm going to be talking about what you should do in life to make your life better. Now, let me preface this by saying that you are not going to be able to always do the right thing because we have what is called proclivities. We have things that we do that are based on how we feel at the time. Now, our future aspirations can always override some things that we do. Like you say, I want to go out and do this thing, and I feel this sense of accomplishment when I do it or prepare for it. But sometimes you get tired, you get lazy, you get happy, you get excited. An emotion that comes to you can take you off of your projection. Even if the emotion feels good, it can still make you do something bad. For example, let's say you're on a diet and you want to really lose weight. You're doing well, but you got some good news. If something happened, you felt good about it, and you say, you know what, I'm going to celebrate by eating this sweet thing. So you break your diet, but you felt good. You didn't feel like you weren't depressed. You weren't in any kind of a bad state. You felt actually happy. But then after you did this thing, after you broke your diet, you feel like, man, because you were up and then you crashed. So what you want to do, you want to tell yourself, look, if I'm going to do something celebratory, then I'm going to do it at a certain time. Like you say, okay, I'm on a diet and I'm doing well, and I want to eat this cake. So what I do is I take the cake and I say, I'm going to eat it at a certain time of the day, and I'm going to finish it in about 5 or 10 minutes. You plan it. So when you do it, you're in a place that you feel comfortable, you feel like you're not stressed out, you enjoy it, and then you get back to your life. Nothing wrong with that. But you cannot always be on. You hear a lot of people who do motivation talk about, grinding and getting up early and always being on and never taking a day off. They have all these sayings that they say. No days off. Grind, move, grow, push past your dilemma, give me 120%. These things, they sound nice, but to people who are just normal, we can't be superhuman. But when we do things at a certain time, then all of a sudden we find that we have the energy to do more. So being above the fray, superhuman, is not a permanent state. Even Superman has to go back to being Clark Kent sometimes because he can't function all the time in those blue tights. He's got to just allow himself to just be an ordinary guy. And if you think about Clark Kent, when he is Superman, he is more than just a man. And when he's his alter ego, Clark Kent, he's less than a man. He's clumsy, awkward, he speaks strange, he looks different, he's bumbly. So he is almost the antithesis of a hero when he goes to his normal state. What that means is we have to sometimes understand that we can't always be superheroes. We can't always be high and mighty. We have to sometimes just be kind of lowly and just be pensive, thinking about things. And so allow yourself to be human. Allow yourself to have frailties, make mistakes, do the wrong thing, screw up royally. If you think about what's going on in the media, like what happened to Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, people like that. I mean, these guys, they're multimillionaires, successful people. All of a sudden, something happens and they're fired. They're out of a job. They're put on, suspension, whatever, because they're human. Everybody is subject to something happening. It's about what you do about it. How you look at it and you say, okay, you know what? I may have lost my job, but I'm still alive. I can do something else. I can make this work for me. So don't be afraid to go through something. If you lose something, if you lose your pace, if you lose your foundation, if you lose anything, you can always look at that time as preparatory time to get back to being better. Be better, because you can do better. So that's all I got to say for tonight. This is Coach Morrison. I like having these late night talks. Whenever you hear them, but I make this at night because I want to reflect on what it means to be a human being who is not, super successful, not super rich, not super anything, but I'm a lot better than I was before, and I have a lot of people who respect me as a teacher, as a coach, as someone who shows them real things. So that's what I'm here for tonight. So take care, and we'll talk to you next time.